What about those opponents focusing on India? Because 2 out of 3 are in a must-win situation. Well, really, if you look at it in a way, probably even all three. All 3 out of 3 are in a situation where they can't really afford to lose. England for sure. England first up, you thought that they would be, at least a semi-final place would be sealed by the time the big India-England game came. Yeah. What's the message that goes out to England now, seeing
England would be afraid. As in, not to be so brutal, but they would be intimidated for sure, because they're coming up against an extremely strong Indian side, one that's dominating this tournament. They've dominated every team, including Australia, who sits on top of the table, and you know that these guys have a must-win game, and they wouldn't want to have it against a team like India. So they will be intimidated, and I think they'll just throw the kitchen sink at it. They'll just come and say, let's just do our best and see, let's look at where the pieces fall.
And what would worry teams more, a team like England more, is that it's not that India have been invincible. India have come through tough situations and ticked the boxes. They've had been up against it, they've ticked the boxes.
Absolutely. It's not as if every match has been a cakewalk, so you're waiting for your one bad day. You had a really bad day against Afghanistan. It wasn't. You didn't have a great day, but you made it through, and that's actually very good. It's, as they say, those character wins that you need to have got it. And see, England is in a desperate position, but the other two, they may be a situation, they might still be in the fray, they might not also. If you see Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, both of them are in situations where by that period of time, both's fate might even have been settled by then,
Bangladesh, we reckon, probably should still be in the fray, because no matter what happens, they have a chance to go to 9. We're talking about 9 being the absolute bare minimum number. It could be different teams on 9. 11 is the number you're looking at to really qualify for the semi-finals, probably even with net run rate coming into play.
Yeah, 11 I think now is a sure, 11 is a sure shot. Those 3 teams are gone through. I reckon even if there's a 4th team, it will be 11, it won't be higher than that. So I can't see 2 of those other teams landing up on 11. So basically you have a situation then that if those 2 don't, then New Zealand and India are reasonably and through, and both their net run rates are so positive that it will be difficult. It won't be dented even if they lose. So that leaves you in a situation that 4th spot could be a 9 as well.
Yeah, because England also know that if they lose to India, their only chance of getting through is, they're not going to be getting to 12 points. So with 10 points, they'll be sitting in that zone of uncertainty.
Yeah.
So, lots of worries for England.
Well, the worries are aplenty for sure, but it's they don't have anybody else to blame but themselves to find themselves in the position that they are. They're a real good team, but they just haven't come good when it matters, and against teams that everyone in the world expected them to beat, right? They expected them to beat Pakistan. You expected them to beat Sri Lanka, and they haven't beat them, and hence they're in this position. So they don't have anybody else to blame but themselves, and it's unfortunate that a team of that quality finds themselves in such a situation. But so is the truth. It's what it is right now. And with looking at how things are going, and the momentum I think currently is with Pakistan, I see them playing in that 4th spot for me.
Well, there's an interesting take, and the only thing in England's favour, which Owen Morgan has said, and I don't think it's just about clutching at straws, is that at least it's in our own hands. They can win 2 and they get it.
Yeah.
It's always good for a team, the way they look at it, and I know TV is typically going to say, just look at it as if you're playing quarterfinals. You're playing a round of 16, you're playing a quarterfinals, you have to play the semis. You basically play four games.
So, it's also, I'd be very surprised if England actually beat India.
No, upset's fine.
No, it would be an upset, but you wanna give credit and respect to the players and the quality of players that they have in that unit. But if they beat India, I'd be really surprised, because I don't see a team being dominating as India is and beating India the way India are playing right now.